Hello. I'm Adam, the learning coach at abetterpianoteacher.com, and I want to save you a little time by helping you know what to expect when you work with a singer as a pianist. Singers and pianists are stuck working with each other, and they have mutual respect and also mutual antagonism in some senses towards one another. Every pianist has a horrible singer story. Every singer has a horrible pianist story, and probably more than one. But it's a wonderful collaboration, and it can be a really great experience if you know what to expect. And here, as a pianist, is what to expect. You will work with a variety of singers, from the very, very unprofessional and unprepared to the very, very, very professional and very prepared if you're lucky. If you get good enough, you will work with all of them. And it's good to work with all of them because your unprepared, unprofessional singers can actually be great musicians. They just need a lot of your help. But in every case, you want to be prepared. And how do you prepare for these people? Well, in some cases, you aren't going to know whether they're the ultra-professional version or the ultra-amateur version until you get with them. And sometimes you may get one rehearsal or no rehearsals with them. This is the reality of playing the piano for singers. Sometimes you two are thrown together on the spot and you have to figure out what to do. This is true of jazz and of classical music. Let's assume that this is not a jazz jam session and that you actually have a piece of music you are to prepare for the singer, but you don't know anything about the singer. This is probably the scariest situation you can be in as an accompanist in the classical setting. You have a score, you have a piece of music to learn. That music, the idea that you're just going to play the music exactly as written and that'll be it is not the case. So you can't stop there. You do have to learn the music as written, but that's only step one. So the first thing you want to do is learn the music as written with as much detail as you can. Figure out what the given tempo is. You may want to listen to some recordings if you can that have various tempos, faster or slower. You want to watch out for things like fermatas. Fermatas are things like this, where you have to stop and hold something for any length of time. You want to watch out for dynamics changes, places where the speed changes, where it slows down, speeds up. And after you know all that, if you don't get a chance to talk to the singer beforehand, in rehearsal you want to ask them how accurate they want this piece. Like, how close to these markings do they want them? Do they want that fermata? Do they want that speed up? Do they want that loud and soft? So some of them will know the answers to that. Some of them will have sung this piece 100 times and will know exactly what they want. And you take a pencil and you immediately write in everything they say. And that's the singer that you really want. That's the really professional one. And you do exactly what they say. And if you get a rehearsal, you practice it exactly that way, which can be hard because you've been playing it a different way. And if you're changing it up for the singer, the standard is that you can make those changes immediately. So, be prepared. Perhaps you want to practice by changing a few things on purpose in your rehearsal time. When you're practicing, add a fermata where there wasn't one and practice it that way. Change the speed in different places. Try different things to see if you can do it. Now, some singers will answer that question, do you want this or that, by saying, I don't know. And if that's the case, or worse, they may get angry with you for asking because you've embarrassed them. They may not know the answer and they don't want to lose face. If I were you, I would allow them to save face and say, sorry, or I've got this covered, I'll follow you. And that's what you'll do. You want very much to have a rehearsal with this singer. You don't want to wing it with them. You want to run through it one time And anything that is different from what you're doing, you take that pencil and you mark it. You make an indication not to share with the singer. It isn't necessary to tell the singer, okay, you slow down here. That's not stuff they need to know. They already know that because that's how they do it. You need to know that. So you write that down and you be sure you do it that way. And the singer will love you if you do this, because this way they can be themselves just the way they practiced it, and you will be making them sound good. Now, there is a possibility that they will do it one way in rehearsal and another way in performance. They may get very excited and change tempos on you, change dynamics, and get very flustered if you play it the way they practiced it. This is also part of the game, and there's nothing you can do about it. You want to get good enough that you can follow them. And whatever they do, you do. So ultimately, this is the end all and be all of accompanying, is you follow the singer and you do what they do.